Good evening, folks. There's my audience. I want to thank you all for your attention this evening. I want to start things out by asking how many of you remember the Berlin Wall coming down in the late 80s, early 90s? How many of you were lucky enough to get a piece of that wall? I personally do have a friend that has a piece of the Berlin Wall. If you weren't lucky enough to get that piece of history, you might be lucky enough to get this piece of history. I've got a treat for everyone here that is a history buff and a collector of oddities. No, it's not a piece of the Berlin Wall, unfortunately, but it is something much grander. It is, of course, none other than the London Bridge. To give you a brief history of the London Bridge, it has seen 2 world wars, and it bears the scars from strafing runs of the Germans of the Second World War. It was designed in 1799 by Scottish engineer Jean René. It sounds more French than anything, but that would mean that this item is over 200 years old. After completion in 1831, the famed bridge stood for 136 years until 1967. It was then purchased by the city of Lake Havasu in Arizona. The bridge was painstakingly disassembled, numbered block to block, and shipped across the pond to America, where it was then reassembled in 1971. Although the bridge will remain in its current location, the city of Lake Havasu has fallen on hard times, and the recession has really taken its toll, and they need to generate some cash. So they've decided to put the bridge up for auction. The asking price, or the selling price rather, back in 1967 was $2.46 million. Kind of cheap for the London Bridge, but that would be much too low of an asking price in modern times. So the way we'll do this auction is a closed bid style, and the rules are: you will take the original asking price of $2.46 million and you'll times it by 4.5. That is the number of decades that it has stood in America. That brings the new asking price up to $11 million, $11,070,000. Then you will add $100,000, a modest $100,000, for every year of your age, and you will tack that on to the $11,070,000. And your number that you get after that, that's your bid. You submit that in, and it's pretty simple from there. One with the lowest bid wins the London Bridge. These rules are the same, or relatively the same, that Robert P. McCulloch, who was the Lake Havasu city founder and entrepreneur, those are the same rules that he used to win the London Bridge back in 1967. So now is your chance to not only possibly own a piece of history, but make history all in one fell swoop. So I do encourage you all to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I thank you for your time. The bidding will start now.